Welcome student in Word of Oracle. In this session we will discuss about the Oracle SQL constraints. SQL constraints are nothing but the rules which are applied on table data. These SQL constraints can be applied at column level as well as table level. SQL constraints are classified into following categories as integrity constraints. Integrity indicates what? Completeness, correctness of the database, and to maintain this integrity we must apply some integrity constraint to a table columns. Here integrity constraints are used to prevent entry of invalid records and invalid information into tables. There are 5 integrity constraints that can use to set the constraints to a particular table column. These integrity constraints are not null constraint, primary key constraint, foreign key constraint, check constraint, and unique constraint. Students, in this session we will discuss in detail about the not null constraint and primary key constraint. Okay, here is the not null constraint. By default, all columns in a table can contain null values. If we are creating a simple table without any constraint, then the columns of that table can contain the null value. Null value indicates what? The value with some meaning. Null value does not blank value or zero value. Null value means unknown value. In Oracle, null value is considered as an unknown value. If we are creating a simple table, then the table column is ready to contain the null values. If we want to ensure that the column must always have a value, means must contain something value there according to its data type, then you must define that column with a not null constraint. For example, here is the syntax of creating the not null constraint or defining a column as a not null column. While creating a table, we can define the column with a not null constraint, or we can set the constraint to that column. For example, here I am creating a table student with 3 columns: student ID, last name, and first name. Here in this example, I am declare all columns as a not null columns. It indicates what? Each column must contain a value according to its data type. We should not leave that column blank. It is possible to add a not null constraint to an existing table by using the alter table statement, but updating column must have a value. Means if we are a table, existing table, and we want to apply or we want to set a particular column with not null constraint, then we can set that column with not null constraint by using the alter table statement, but while updating that column must have a value. Okay, then moving towards the next constraint, that is the primary key constraint. It is the more important constraint in a Oracle. This constraint, primary key constraint, indicates the or considered as an entity integrity. It maintain the database integrity at entity level. That's why this constraint is also referred as the entity rule first. Here primary key is a column, or you can make the combination of columns in a table which uniquely identifies a record in the table. It indicates what? To identify a particular record in a table, we must specify a key of a column or combination of column, and by using that combination of column or a single column, we can identify a record uniquely in that table. And to do this, we must set a particular column with the primary key constraint. While applying the primary key constraint to a column, it follows some rules. These rules are as follows. A primary key column cannot contain a null value or an empty string. It indicates what? When we set a column with primary key constraint, that column becomes a mandatory column. Means we must enter something value according to its data type in that column. For that column means the column cannot contain null value. The column cannot remain blank or cannot remain as it is. Second rule is that a primary key value must be unique within the entire table. Means whatever value we enter in a primary key constraint column, that value must be unique. It is not a duplicate throughout the column. It must be unique within the entire table or within the throughout the declared column. Here next rule is the primary key value should not be changed over time. Once we declare a primary key constraint, then the value for that constraint should not be changed. When we specify a primary key constraint for a table, database engine automatically creates its index, unique index for that primary key column. There is no need to create a different index for that table. If we declare a primary key on that table, database internally creates the table's unique index on a primary column. Okay. While creating a primary key, we can set the primary key at column level as well as table level. For example, creating a primary key that consists of one column, defining at column level. Here in this example, we are defining a single column in a table EMP with primary key constraint, and this declaration is at the column level. For example, here create table EMP, here employee number, its data type, and at the column level indicates what? While finishing the declaration of the, while completing the declaration of the column, we are setting the constraint for that column. Here we are defining, specifying the primary key constraint for the column employee number after declaration of that column. It indicates what? We are defining the constraint, or we are creating the constraint at the column level. Then in this example, we are making the two columns as a prime columns, and this declaration is at the table level. For example, in this example, create table student, student ID, number, and second column is roll number, its size. Both these two columns may be a primary key. We are declaring these two columns as a primary key constraint. We are using this column, combination of these two columns as a primary key column. For that, we are declaring primary key both these column names. This declaration indicates what? After declaring the all columns, we are declaring the which columns are the primary columns, which columns are used to set the primary key constraint. Here, to create the primary key constraint with the single column defining at column level, and primary key constraint applying on two columns defining at table level. Okay. Now we will see this implementation, primary key constraint as well as not null constraint in Oracle environment, live environment. Okay. Now I am moving towards the Oracle live environment. I am ending this show here and moving towards the sharing my live SQL screen. Here, this is the live SQL screen. In this on this screen, I am showing to execute these constraints. Okay. Here I am creating a table. With command create table students with the constraint not null. This table shows you how to apply the constraint not null. Create table students, student ID. I am declaring its size as a number. Sorry, its data type as a number, its size as a 2. Here I am declaring the constraint not null for the column student ID. Okay. The next column, name of the student, its data type, its size. Then again I am declaring this column as a not null column. Okay. And ending this statement here by specifying the semicolon to terminate this statement. Now we will execute this statement the result will be displayed here as well. Table created. This table is created. Now we insert the records in this table, and according to the constraint, if we insert the wrong value, insert the null value in a particular column, then that Oracle will show you error. Okay, here insert, we are inserting the values in that table. Insert into student. First of all, we are entering the valid values, roll number and name of the student. These two values we are entering, which are the valid values for the column student ID and column name of the student. Okay, execute it. Students, our table is students. Okay, I am putting yes. Okay, one row inserted. Now I am show you how error will be occur. Okay, insert into students. Now I am entering the value for only column name. I am leaving the student ID column as a null column. I am putting the value for only name column. Then what will happen? See here. Okay, execute it. Here, see, error will be occurred there. Error occurred. That error says that cannot insert null into this table, student table, for the column student ID, because we are declared the student ID as a not null column and we are leaving that column as a null column. That's why Oracle display the error that the column is declared as a not null column and you are inserting the value here as a null value. Okay, now I am creating a table with primary key constraint to show how to set the primary key that we discussed. Create table P master. Suppose we are using the table P master. Its column product number, this number, its size. Here I am declaring product number as a prime column, or we are setting the primary key for the column product number, primary key. This is a column level declaration. After that, declare the another column, product name, and close the, execute it. Okay, table is created. Now I am inserting here values for the columns product number and P name. First of all, we will insert, or we will enter the valid values for the table product master. Insert into P master values for product number. I am giving the product number as a 12 and product name as pen. This is the valid entry. Okay, one row inserted. Now I am inserting the same record, or I am changing the only product name here by keeping the product number as a 12, same as first record. What will happen here? Execute this statement. Okay, here error occurred because we are inserting the duplicate values in a column which we declare